This program may contain coarse language that could offend some viewers. Discretion is advised.
Hello, Canada. Two teams feeling the early season heat. Winless, the BC Lions and Toronto Argonauts will feel the heat quite literally tonight. It is a smoker in the big smoke. Saturday night, and the mics are on. Mike and Micah.
Yes, sir. Mike Riley, you get a chance to hear him take charge of this BC Lions offense. And the former Lion goes hunting for Lions tonight, one of the CFL's hardest hitters. Micah Awe, linebacker for the Argonauts. And, of course, when the Argos have the ball, it'll be McLeod Bethel-Thompson making his 9th career start, first of 2019, as James Franklin goes to the injured list. And in pursuit of him, one of the CFL's all-time great pass rushers and best talkers, Odell Willis.
Another great talker is Devon Claybrooks, looking for his first win as a head coach. His team 0-3, but very well could be 3-0. Very close games. Corey Chamberlain also winless. Former head coach of the Saskatchewan Roughriders has been on the sideline before. First time as the head coach of the Argos, trying to get the Boatmen their first win. Sergio Castillo on a night when it feels like 36 degrees Celsius. Hot and sticky and humid. Here we go at BMO. Former BC Lion Chris Rainey spins his way up near the 26-yard line, and we bring out MBT, McLeod Bethel-Thompson.
Well, limited action for the Argonaut quarterback so far in 2019. This is a journeyman, a guy who's been around.
2-6 as a starter. Last year, got his first 2 wins as a starter, then lost 6 straight. Turns one way, goes the other way. Up near the 30-yard line for James Wilder Jr.
Well, quick look at this Toronto Argonaut offense. Many eyes will be on Darrell Walker, formerly one of Mike Riley's favorite targets in Edmonton. On the offensive line, Isaiah Cage takes over for William Campbell this week at left tackle.
Second down, about 6 yards, over the top once more. Short of a first down. And it'll be 3rd and short. Levi Noel making the catch, so 3rd and about 1 yard here. Looks like they'll keep the team out, and they'll go for it here. Or will they? 3rd and a half yard. Corey Chamberlain deciding not to go for this, and this looked like a very attainable first down.
I think the field position was a bit of a deterrent for him, but you always got to be aware of the fake in a situation like this.
Maybe too, thinking about how this team has struggled in the early season. Don't want to put themselves behind too early. Zach Medeiros with the kick. Brandon Rutley on the return. Chugs to the outside and slips up on the far sideline. Live mics tonight. A mic on Mike Riley.
Well, Mike Riley looks to lead his team back after a heartbreaking late defeat in Calgary last weekend. Let's listen in.
All right, gold left, rip, 93, bend, trap, hack, W loco, alpha, alpha, ready?
You got that, 40?
I think I got it.
Riley from the gun in his 100th career start, and what has been a great career so far. 4 games into his new team. Spinning is Sean White. Looks like he has a first down on their first play from scrimmage.
The BC Lions come in with a little added adversity without Brian Burnham this week. Canadian Rashawn Simonized, second-year man out of University of Calgary, gets to start in his place. They do welcome back Brett Boyko at right tackle. The Saskatoon native sat out last week due to injury.
It's your loco, your loco. Yeah. 390. 390 hunt.
Another first down and 10. Swinging it out to John White. Micah Awe. the former BC Lion Hunter tonight.
Well, taking a look at the Argonaut defense, Sean Lemon split last season between Toronto and BC.
Here we go, listen up.
Mentioned Micah Alway.
Beta. Weak right rib, 61X hamster, Z Oakland, beta, ready? T-check.
Matt Webster, the Queen's product, continues to start at free safety in the absence of the injured Jermaine Gabriel.
A loss on the play. 2nd and 12. Here comes the blitz off the edge. Riley knocked down, knocked away. Out comes the kick team.
Keep your eye here on Toby Antiga. Wearing 0, tucked in the middle of that line. Versatile defender. We've seen him line up primarily at DN during his time in Saskatchewan, but also drop back as a free safety.
Sergio Castillo. Nowhere to roam for the former Lion. Looks to have a big game tonight on some Saturday night football under the lights with the live mics from BMO Field. The CFL on TSN is brought to you by the Nissan Titan, official vehicle of the Canadian Football League. Week 4 continuing tonight, beginning of a twin bill. The Big O.
Thursday.
Mike on him for the BC Lions. And in that backfield, going after Wilder right away.
Oh, that's the voice of Odell Willis. You're hearing for the BC defense tonight. Middle linebacker Jordan Herdman-Reed plays against his twin brother Justin tonight, member of the Argonauts. Anthony Thompson is at the field corner tonight.
McLeod. Nowhere to go once more. Chris Edwards on the tackle on S.J. Green. Another quick 2 and out for the Argonauts.
Hey, we got to hold him on this. You want to come out there with him?
Do you really need a microphone on Odell Willis? You hear him all the time anyway.
Blood in the water, baby.
Zach Medeiros back again to kick. Sending Rutley back to his 25. Brandon Rutley trying to spring. Good start on a 50-yard kick. There's the Big O at BMO. Always in the middle of it. Every single play. Milestone night for Magic Mike. Century Club.
It's hard to believe that it's only 100 for Mike Riley, really, a guy who has become such a fixture in the Canadian Football League scene.
Y brick, W spook, Y edge. Alpha.
Can add another 20 or so with all the playoff games. Of course, that Grey Cup in Edmonton, where he left a legacy. Decided to come back to BC in the offseason as a free agent. Mike Riley looked like he had a W for his Lions, his first win last week against the Calgary Stampeders.
Yeah, what was very clearly Mike Riley's best game of the season thus far. 36 of 42, over 350 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns passing, and this rushing touchdown late in the game that looked like it was going to seal the deal for the Lions.
761.
But Nick Arbuckle had another idea.
Nick Arbuckle and the Stamps tonight.
Big game tonight.
390. 390.
Cody Fajardo, the former Argo and the Rough Riders. Mike Riley almost going down. Escapes here. Spins away. And Mike Riley, who's been sacked 10 times this season. That's been an issue for the Lions. This time,
Milwaukee.
avoids one.
560. Yeah, we're on a T-check. On the hustle. All right, hurry, tonight.
Close to Argo territory. Riley, lots of time here. Pocket closes now. Now he has to go. Tucks it, takes it, slides, and is close to another first down.
All right, here we go. Let's go right here. Hey, let's go.
Just short of a first down. Second short yardage. They'll line up.
Coming in.
Might have been able to burn a play there and take a shot with second and short yardage. Pretty conservative so far, though, for Riley.
Oh, Mike Riley using his legs to extend plays.
Let's go nickel. Let's go nickel. Tabby Saber, Heinz Ham. Tabby Saber, Heinz Ham. Yeah.
Two coaches tonight, defensive gurus. Corey Chamberlain, Devon Claybrooks. Riley tossing.
All right, let's go right
Sean Simonize, the intended target.
Let's stay there. Here's a sword. Let's go next. Here we go. Spread left, our
Tried
skin.
to high point it.
61X United, Y Foxy. Our streak has through option. Alfalfa, ready?
You saw Mike Riley with lots of time in the pocket on that last play, working off of play action. Two back look, double handoff, the fake.
390.
Second and 10 from the 47. Here's the blitz. And Riley is going to be sacked. Not going down. That is the first sack of the season for the Toronto Argonauts.
One of the guys leading the charge. Cleon Lang just above the hash marks. Quick swat of the hands on Suk Chung to beat him to the outside. Timed up that swat to beat the lineman's punch.
Moved them out of field goal position for Sergio Castillo. Former Red Black, former Cat. Booming kick down near the 5. Look out as Rainey tries to find an edge. There goes Rainey up near the 15-yard line. Took the Argos 3 games, but finally they have a sack on the list. And the first of the season goes to number 90, Cleon Lang. Zeros on the board so far. 6:16 to play first quarter from BMO.
This is football. You love this game. You play this game to win it. It's 45 men on that field. It's 45 men on that field. Tonight is that night. Put your name on it. Whatever your name is, put it on it. That's your family that you standing for. We say we family. Start with your own family first, and then the Argonauts should be successful. That's your name on it tonight. Put your name on it. And do your damn best, because I'm going to do mine. Let's go.
Corey Chamberlain getting them fired up before this one. Something's got to give tonight. Two teams looking for their first wins. Argos 0-2, Lions 0-3. Argos trying to put their name on a W here.
That's two. Hey, screen! Screen! Screen!
In second and long, Odell Willis thinks they're going to throw a screen pass, everybody.
Hey, y'all do something. Y'all.
How did we miss the end?
Hey, watch the hard count.
Bama! Bama! Hurry, hurry, tonight!
Lions jumped. Finger pointing going on. Procedure or offside?
Hey. You hear you changed up. He said Bama. So hold you up. You hear? Now you good. You hear a day of the week. It's on one. You don't hear a day of the week. Just be cautious with it. You got it. Come on.
Teaching moment.
Teaching moment.
Veteran with the rookie, Matt Boson.
6'6" was praying, boy. What up, Jimmy? What's up, baby? Hey, excuse me. Hey, dog.
Offside. BC, number 71. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Welcome to Saturday Night Live, everybody. Your guest host tonight, Odell Willis.
Texas!
Second and 7. After that penalty, trying to get those Lions to jump again. Not this time. Deep drop. Bethel Thompson a pump, and now he throws over the top. Jimmy Ralph collects it for a first down.
Nice patience here from McLeod. Bethel Thompson came off of that initial read, waited for Jimmy Ralph to come around on that hook towards the middle of the field as he's stepping up and delivers the strike. Ralph working into the middle, presents his quarterback a great target for the first down.
First down for the Argos. Rolling to his left. Darrell Walker has his first catch of the night.
Zone 12. Wide pinch pony.
You hear that static from the helmet. That's the play being called in. Speakers in the helmets. Deep shot. Caught. Down to the 20. Armonte Edwards. 46-yard strike.
Well, this pass was just a thing of beauty. Great timing, great separation from the receiver. McLeod Bethel Thompson hits Armonte Edwards right in stride as he makes his break to the inside. A huge gain for the Toronto Argonauts.
BC Lions, through 3 games, have not given up a point in the first quarters. Danger here. Rainey gets the touch. Chris Rainey, longtime BC Lion, now with the Argos. Had this one circled on his calendar. Second and 7. Bethel Thompson is hammered as he was about to throw. Malik Harris dusts McLeod Bethel Thompson.
Well, unfortunately, Bethel Thompson didn't have time to make it through all his reads. If you take a look out in this flat area as the play unfolds, Armonte Edwards is going to end up all by himself out there just as an outlet, just above the hash marks. But again, the protection breaks down too quickly. Armonte Edwards unable to be spotted by McLeod Bethel Thompson.
Former Nebraska Cornhusker Drew Brown to put the Argos on the board. The first points the BC Lions have given up in 3 games in the first quarter. Big drive. Raindrops falling. Bethel Thompson falling too. But the Argos have a 3-point lead. Coming up, second half of our doubleheader. Big one in Saskatchewan.
Big one!
Bo Levi Mitchell and Nick Arbuckle.
And Cody Fajardo.
Rash of quarterbacks going down with injuries. Other quarterbacks stepping up right now. That game coming up after this one tonight.
Hey, whatever plans you had for tonight, blow them off. I don't care if it's your mom's birthday. You stay home and you watch that game tonight. Watch the game.
Love your style, 40. Let's go down to Matthew Shinetti. More on Mike Riley.
Ron, it is Mike Riley's 100th game, but it has been a more important week for him since he and CFL.ca writer Chris O'Leary published a story on mental health and Mike Riley's experiences with mental health. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and try to paraphrase what happens in the piece, but do read it because it is an important piece talking about Mike Riley's experiences and what he wants to give back now. He's been getting tons of response, especially from former teammate Green Bay Packers star Aaron Rodgers, who said, Mike, this piece is so important. But the most important thing for Riley are the fans. All of them are thanking Riley for speaking up. Guys.
Man, such an important issue. Riley, little play action. David Mackey on the check down, goes down.
Here we go, here we go. Still gold bunch right, sail out, 760 rut, X bingo snatch, W flat, Z snap go, alpha alpha, ready? Go, right? Yeah, sail out. 760 rut.
Second down.
Couture, alpha.
Argos defense that's given up a lot of big plays in the new season. Looking for a stop here in this first quarter. Deep drop for Riley. And avoids one and throws it away. Mike Riley avoiding a sack. He's been seeing a lot of opposition early in the new year.
I get them every year.
Pressure supplied here by a number of Argos, most notably D-tackle Lyndon Gaydosh. Appeared to have him wrapped up just as Riley threw that ball away to protect the field position.
Castillo's kick, fielded, brought down though.
Rear cross traffic alert. Don't settle for less than the Nissan Rogue.
Final minute, first quarter that's flowing along here. Chris Rainey stopped in his tracks. Cloud Bethel Thompson's. Ninth CFL start. Firing. Caught near the 50. Once again, connecting with Armani Edwards. Boy, he took a shot.
Yeah, whether it's been the running backs carrying the ball or quarterbacks throwing it, Odell Willis has been a constant presence in that Argo backfield thus far.
MBT's all right. 7 for 7 so far. Pitches it out, make that 8 for 8 on the shovel pass. No penalty on the play. Armani Edwards has been busy in this first quarter. That is the first quarter. Lions give up their first points of the new season in the opening frame, but the Argos, with a field goal, have the lead. Both teams looking for their first wins of 2019. 3-0 Argos over the visiting Lions from BMO Field in Toronto.
This program may contain coarse language that could offend some viewers. Discretion is advised.
Well, here are the numbers after the first quarter. BC Lions very sublime so far. The Argos, Cloud Bethel Thompson, good start, but it's a very close ball game, just 3-0. And the star of the microphone so far certainly has been Odell Willis.
Well, both on the microphone and on the field. Odell Willis has been ever present.
Hey, Wilson!
Hey, back near.
Cloud Bethel Thompson again. Here comes the rush. His first incomplete pass. And Odell Willis chasing him down.
Yeah. Let's go.
Don't you think he gets a little more pumped up for a game like tonight? No,
Let's go. This is kind of in his wheelhouse.
This is wheelhouse.
Got that microphone on him, but Odell Willis is one of the guys they lean on to be a leader defensively. Set an example. He's done it so far.
Zach Medeiros trying to angle one. This is not a good kick, but it does bounce out, doesn't go out in the air, and it's near the 25-yard line. So the Argo defense comes out. The microphone tonight on Micah Awe, former BC Lion.
We got 2A, 2P, 2P. Hey, they're gonna get the ball. Rutley or White gonna get the ball.
Oh, we'll watch for that. Brandon Rutley,
Green.
John White, the
Green, Z. Yeah.
backfield
Green flat.
for Mike Riley.
Yeah.
390.
Hey, flat.
390.
Riley looks one way. Struggling right now to find open receivers. Shaq Johnson snags that after a gain of about 5.
Strong left. Train.
Expect to see
Quads left,
Shaq
zip arm
Johnson.
peel. 61, wide Chico switch, Z escape, X Omaha, Alpha, ready?
May see Shaq Johnson in the slot a little bit more than usual tonight with Brian Burnham out of this BC Lions lineup.
390. 390, hut.
2nd and 5 for receivers to the left. There's a first down. Brought down. Towering receiver Javon Cotoy.
Fire. 560, Minnesota.
Junior
Sunrise,
receiver.
Gold, Minnesota.
Yeah, Cotoy off to the left side of your screen. O-line does a nice job picking up the twist.
Check.
To secure the protection.
Favor.
Territorial pick. Played with the Langley Rams of the junior ranks. They love him. That's almost picked. Awe almost got the tip from Ian Wild. The intended target.
Ian Wild, the former Blue Bomber, getting a hand on it. Micah Awe nearly coming up with the interception.
2nd down and 10. Riley stands in and chucks. This one is picked off. Kadarius Ford. First interception.
Here we go.
Mike Riley's 4th pick of the new season. The guy they call Q, Quadarius Ford. Right man, right spot. INT. Former South Alabama star Quadarius Ford has his first CFL interception and a return on the play as well of 32 yards.
And he's the beneficiary of the pressure that the Argo front has been putting on Mike Riley. Freddie Bishop in on the Lions quarterback on that one, supplying the hit.
Break now for the Argos. Bethel Thompson almost dragged down. That'll be a penalty. A roughing call there. He still was almost able to deliver to Darrell Walker.
We got all the muscles for nothing.
Now, is that a holding call?
All the muscles for nothing. All the muscles for nothing. All the muscles for nothing.
That's what I say to Dwayne Ford every single day. All those muscles for nothing. Look like a horse collar there, too.
Toronto number 25, major foul, horse collar tackle on BC number 11. We're going to go up 5 yards, automatic first down.
And I'll tell you what, that's a tough matchup for the Argos fullback, Regis Sibassou, the rookie out of Montreal. This is a guy, big, strong kid, but a guy who played wide receiver in college, so not necessarily used to being in pass protection, particularly against a pass rusher like that.
Bethel Thompson rolling again, decides to take it himself. Hammers his way for a gain of a couple, maybe 3 yards. Odell panting early on in this one. He's been all over the field. Never stops running. Never stops running his mouth.
Come on, Dion.
2nd and 6. Blitz from the edge. Bethel Thompson, though, goes to the end zone and a pick right back. And it's Anthony Thompson.
Well, you could see right away when this ball left Bethel Thompson's hand that it was targeted way outside of where the receiver was, but directly to where Anthony Thompson, the corner, was playing. He had that outside leverage on the receiver.
Anthony Thompson, pair of picks last year, his first interception of 2019, extinguishes the drive. Anthony Thompson, first interception of 2019. Tip for tap here.
Well, Thompson was perfectly positioned to play this football. Bethel Thompson trying to lead Armani Edwards towards the corner, but Thompson was already there. Montreal native, played at Vanier College, Cégep.
So Bethel Thompson picked off by Anthony Thompson. And here's some daylight now for John White. Alden Darby, 3-on-3 downfield, eventually angled him out of bounds, but not after a 32-yard pickup. John White, the 4th.
I like the Lions coming back to this run call as they need to make sure they keep that defensive front honest. Well blocked up, as you can see. White untouched as he breaks the line of scrimmage.
Toronto zone now. Driving towards the lake. South end zone. First catch for former Argo Duron Carter. Back in TO. John White had a big game last week, especially on some of those screen passes.
Well, again, the Lions have been criticized offensively through their first couple of games for predictability, not doing things to keep the pass rush honest, essentially setting up strictly to throw drop back passes. Things that all work to the advantage of opposing pass rushers. Getting John White a little bit more involved offensively tends to quell some of that.
Send it out to him again, swinging it out. Some blocking help. John White sprung through. Ducked under, played limbo, picked up 17 yards and a first down.
Well, through the struggles of the BC Lions, the opening part of this 2019 season, the return of John White, it's actually been a real positive story for them. Battled injuries a lot through his career, torn ACL, ruptured Achilles tendon, and he's come back from both. Saw some duty with the Hamilton Tiger Cats last year, but earning the starting job here with the Lions.
Now the other back employed by the Lions, Brandon Rutley, the former Alouette. Here is a guy who just puts guys in the crosshairs and goes after them. Micah Awe, the BC Lions know that. He used to wear orange, black, and white.
61, our diagonal,
he's a hitman.
Ex-Omaha, Alpha, ready?
Well, knowing he's got that mic on, I've kind of been looking forward to seeing just how loud it gets when he lays the lumber on somebody.
Petroleum engineering major in his time at Texas Tech. Smart dude as well. Riley now slings one to Durant. Chopped down inside the 10-yard line. The Lions will go 1st and goal inside the red zone now. Drizzle continues here in Toronto.
Let's go. Two back. Come on.
And Lamar Durant is a guy who's going to be given every opportunity.
Fib. Gold right. R. Amigo. 94 stone.
Rain falling heavily now.
Alpha. Ready? 94 stone.
Durant will be heavily relied on by Mike Riley here in BC.
Durant in motion, so too Mackey and Duron Carter. The handoff goes back to White. Wrapped up and ripped down by former Lion Sean Lemon. Played there last year. Comes back to Toronto, where he won a Grey Cup back in 2017.
Here we go. We got Copper left, Yao. 60, W All-State.
Lions just 5 of 9 in the red zone early in the season. 7th play of the drive here, trying to find the end zone. Riley checking it out far side. Duron Carter, jump ball. He's got it.
Looks like he's out.
Bounds. Alley-oop toss in the end zone. High point catch. Duron Carter went and grabbed it.
Yeah, just ran out of room.
Here we go. Field goal.
Got a step and a height advantage over there. There's momentum as he went in the air, just carried him out.
Kind of waiting for a breakout from Duron Carter, has yet to score a touchdown. Devon Claybrooks thinking about a challenge flag, puts it back in his pocket, and they'll bring out Sergio Castillo, who's been perfect so far this season. 9 for 9. This is just a chip shot. Buried. Tie game. 10 for 10 on the season. Duron Carter, former Argo, hoping to find the end zone here tonight with the mics on in the.
The biggest day of my life just got bigger. You can buy 50/50 tickets for BC Lions home games now anywhere in BC. You can get them here at bclions5050.com. Just a second! Can you say honeymoon?
Argos scrimmaging now.
All eyes on Odell Willis on this possession.
Claudel Lewis.
Hey, hard count.
Dropping former teammate Chris Rainey. Subbed in now.
I got you. Hold it.
Bethel Thompson. Willis with a spin move. Threads the needle for a first down in a 15-yard pickup or so. S.J. Green. Veteran receiver climbing the ladder. Now number 27 on the all-time list. There's Odell again. Bethel Thompson in danger, having that picked off. Aaron Grimes in the vicinity. 2nd down now.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
Odell Willis is sounding a little like Darth Vader down there.
Second down and 10. The Argo 50. Here comes the house. There goes the ball. It's caught by Rainey. Out of the backfield. Shy of a first down.
Hey!
A little turf monster as well.
Memphis!
Busting protection.
Memphis, I know! Hey, watch the ball!
Busting protection there for the Argos. Like the left tackle. Isaiah Cage needed to squeeze down. They missed the middle linebacker, Jordan Herdman-Reed. He's the guy that gets in, supplies a hit on McLeod Bethel Thompson. He's got to get that ball out in a hurry, thus settling for the short pass, and they end up short of the first down.
Ethel Thompson sputtering on offense now. Filling in for the injured James Franklin. Good kick by Medeiros. Now it's time to listen to the mic on Micah. As he gets isolated against this BC offense.
Oh, let's go. Time to get it. What it do, baby?
Little Kawhi Leonard reference.
Hey,
might be a few of those today.
I think we might be done with those as of today.
What it do, baby?
Kiss, Hannah. Mug.
Boardman got paid.
What is that? Tampa.
Well, he was going to get paid wherever he went.
Yep. By George. Here comes Alway. There goes White. Darby can't stop White until picked up that first down.
2P.
Well, Micah Alway.
Screen. 11.
Young man who started his career with the BC Lions, spent 2 years there.
We got left back.
Joined the Argonauts this season as a free agent.
Back left.
Getting close to the 3-minute warning. Not much scoring going on. The raindrops here. Riley trying to hum one in. That is dropped. Simonize.
Joker.
Note that the BC Lions started 4 Canadian receivers.
Spread left, yes.
The 5-man set tonight.
761. Our basic white prick fan, ex-Foxy Cali, Alpha. Ready?
Again, no Brian Burnham.
T-check.
They're missing him. 68-game reception streak.
330.
A clutch guy on second down. They could use him here. Riley back to pass. It fires. It's punted at. Flag down. There is Javon Coutoy, the giant.
Holder.
So let's see what the penalty is.
Yeah.
Andre Proulx, our referee tonight.
Legal contact on receiver, Toronto number 14. That penalty is declined. It's going to be a first down, 3 minutes.
3-minute warning. Javon Coutoy. So much potential they were talking about in BC Lions camp. Potential is now. Pair of catches. Lions driving. 3-minute warning before halftime. Milos Raonic on the court tomorrow on the grass at Wimbledon. Round of 16 continues. 9 a.m. Make that 6 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, 3 a.m. Pacific. Raonic on at 9 a.m. Eastern against Guido Pella. The legend of Coco continuing at Wimbledon this week. All on TSN. Good drive here engineered by Riley. 2.5-minute offense before halftime. Argos have a say, though. Abdul Kana.
Here we go.
Head on with Sean White.
All right, we got spread left, 61. Our basic Z-Squire Robin, W Bulldog Pump.
Justin Herdman Reed on the play. The twin brothers against each other tonight as well. Jordan with the Lions. Justin with the Argos. Big down here. Here comes that blitz. The rush. Riley smothered, swarmed, sacked. Well, no sacks before tonight. Sean Lemon and the Argos now have a pair. And Lemon has his first of the season. A lemon drop.
Yeah, keep an eye on the Lemonator. Got good separation from the right tackle, Brett Boyko, on that pass rush.
Sergio Castillo off the side of his foot here. It's going to bounce. Pretty good starting point for the Argos, and McLeod Bethel Thompson back at the helm again with James Franklin down with a hamstring injury. Here's Matthew Shinetti.
Well, Rod, over the last few months, McLeod Bethel Thompson has been watching that film of his performances last year religiously. Obviously, we all remember that great comeback against the Ottawa Redblacks. That was something that McLeod Bethel Thompson obviously paid attention to, but it was more the mistakes, particularly that 4-interception performance he had against the BC Lions in the fall of last season. The one thing, and he's very cerebral, McLeod Bethel Thompson. He told me, listen, the definition of insanity is repeating something over and over again. This time, these starts, I'm trying to take it slow, one possession at a time. Just breathe in the huddle and keep going, guys.
Another good thing would be use this guy a little more. James Wilder, the former Rookie of the Year. Bethel Thompson just turned 31 3 days ago at Sacramento State.
Well, Bethel Thompson, a well-traveled guy. I think the advantage that sometimes gives him is go through different offensive coordinators with different schemes is the ability to learn new systems quickly.
Back pedals out of the backfield once more. Calls that same play close to a first down. Well, what Matthew said about McLeod Bethel Thompson was asked, is 2 days enough preparation? He almost defiantly said, hey, injuries happen like to James Franklin. He hasn't been preparing for 2 days. He's preparing for 6 to 8 weeks now, getting ready to be a starter.
Yeah, as it should be.
2nd down and 3. And there was some movement there, and the officials caught that. Likely set this back 5.
Legal procedure, illegal snap down on Toronto. We're going to go back 5 until remain 2nd down.
So instead of 2nd and short yardage, much more attainable. Now Corey Chamberlain likely has to go to the air here. Minute 29 before the half. Rod Smith, Matt Dunnigan, Davis, and Benny. Our man Benny.
Good to have Benny back.
Good to have Benny back. Are they feeding him in there? So again, another flag here.
Timeout, Toronto.
So a BC team has put a lot of points on the board early in the season. Just 3 here tonight.
Yeah, you just got to clear it.
Has to be a victory for the Argos, but BC defense is doing it to the Argos too. So a key down for both sides before halftime. Lions could get it back and let Riley go to work.
Hey, Claudel, stay straight. I'm a referee.
Argos trying to keep this drive alive.
Okay, let's watch for the stunt between Willis and Lewis.
Bethel Thompson over the top. It's caught. Armani Edwards again. Former Appalachian State star, former quarterback hauling it in. 28-yard pickup.
You always appreciate those receivers who have some quarterback training, that extra level of understanding of where their QB needs them to be. Armani Edwards has demonstrated that tonight for the Double Blue.
Out of the backfield again. James Wilder bashing and crashing down near the 30. Close to another first down. A minute 5 to go. McLeod Bethel Thompson trying to get the Argos into the end zone before halftime. By Noel in motion. Thompson swatted down by Boson.
And Matt Boson, first-year man, coming free off the edge.
Jack!
He's just coming around the edge. Gets free as they have to squeeze down to the middle with the blitz, so the end man becomes unblocked. You're going to block the guys that have the shortest path to the quarterback, so those closest to the interior. Boson ends up free and takes advantage of it.
Another key second down. Deep drop. Thompson steps up. Oh, what a move here. But he is brought down and not fooled at all.
Yeah, this is a terrific reaction by Malik Harris because he looked like he was going to be beat by basically a pump fake from Bethel Thompson. Keep an eye on 31, Malik Harris.
So the best the Argos will be able to get here is a Drew Brown field goal.
BC
had
Timer, will you please
an extra man on the field.
51.
So they had to burn a timeout here. Harris comes off. Adam Konar comes back in. So there's a little substitution issue. Drew Brown, who took over the place kicking duties last year for the Argos. 33-yard kick is up and it is wide. And bringing it out is Rutley. Brandon Rutley chugs up near the 24. Flag down near the 5-yard line. Costly miss for Drew Brown gives Mike Riley 40 seconds to work with. This was last week against Calgary. Great goal line stand by the Stampeders.
That proved to be the difference in that football game.
During the return, holding. BC number 53. A 10-yard penalty will have the distance from the 10-yard line. First down, BC.
Riley spoke with us yesterday about that.
Here we go. All right, we got spread right, whip, 44 brick, W spook, Y edge, alpha alpha. Ready?
How all those little plays added up. Said this week, key has to be focus. Long field after the holding call. White, though, digs them out of a hole close to the first down marker.
Well, good look, good call. Create a little bit of breathing room.
Indiana. 560. Indiana, Tahoe jerk. T-check. On the hustle. Hurry, son.
Riley's got about 3 plays to get them downfield quickly. The field goal range. There is Katoy again. Looks like a power forward in basketball. Heard a lot about him, though, as the Lions were breaking camp.
Yeah, this is a guy who flat out won a job in training camp by virtue of being one of the best 5 receivers in competition. Former junior player, spent some time with the Calgary Colts.
3 catches, 44 yards for him. Heard Riley there with White.
390.
White out of the backfield, which Riley told him to do. Time is running out before halftime. Abdul Kana saying it was a strip. It's a first down. Need a vertical deep shot here. Try to get it in field goal range.
Well, they certainly have some guys who are well equipped for the jump ball. should they take the opportunity to do it.
Flag flies. False start.
When you look at Carter, Durant, Katoy, Simonize, all big receivers. 6'3" and up.
Procedure, fellas, procedure.
Illegal procedure. BC, number 68.
Huddle up.
Back 5 yards. It remains first down.
All right, listen up. We got a fib. Copyright Zax 18 to X, S Loco, Alpha Alpha. Ready?
Well, now the only play you've got is something deep. Trying to take it to the house. He may not have enough time to get it down for a field goal attempt. Could be the last play. The opening half, maybe even some hook and ladder stuff here. Jerron Carter, though, sprints out of bounds.
2 seconds.
2 seconds. And
where are we at? Yeah, we still got to get 62 yards.
So Mike doesn't sound convinced.
Well,
hold.
Throw something deep. Might get a flag, too.
No. We didn't have enough time on the play clock for me to say anything else.
Argos in serious prevent here. And they're going to keep it on the ground, get to the locker room. Sean White, stiff arm on the Argos. Had some rain in the first half, did not have much offense. Loads of D, some great stuff on the microphones tonight too. 3-3 the score. Argos and Lions, two winless teams looking for win number 1. As we send it back to Rod Smith and the boys in the studio.
Thank you, Rod Black. The boys are Benny and Maddie and Ches. And a little extra fantasy point there for anyone who had John White and fantasy this week in that final play. But tell you what, Benny, I mean, Mike Riley, I mean, he took a lot of heat earlier, and they seem to have the protection issues solved last week in Calgary, facing a lot more pressure tonight early on, especially against the Argonauts.
Yeah, that first quarter was terrible. I mean, you take a look at the first 14 offensive plays that he tried to throw the football. He basically had a situation where there was nobody open downfield. There was pressure in his face. Poor Mike had to hold it. Nobody get to. Someone gets in his face. So the combination of the pressure up front and whatever the Argos secondary is doing a hell of a job, because he had a couple of throws he had to check down to. He had a couple scrambles he had to take off on. And all he could do to help himself is try and throw it to the outside edge perimeter, because guys are getting in his face. They're not getting open downfield. So you got to give a ton of credit to the Argo team, because for that first quarter and a half, they were not getting anything done, and they got to help Mike out.
Benny, I can say that I like what Mike did, his adjustment. He started utilizing John White out of the backfield to make that defense come up a little bit, bought himself a little more breathing room and figured some things out. But until then, he had -1 yards in the first quarter, and McLeod Bethel-Thompson was having a field day moving the ball up and down the field. And I like what they did. They spread it around, and he did his thing. I mean, he was 14-18 for 182 in that first half, kept his eyes downfield as he's flushed, and he finds Ralph moving the chains. I love this. And then here, I love play action, move the pocket, Rod, and then find Darrell Walker sitting in the hole. These are high percentage throws, moving the launching point, and then here, no worries about going deep. Fires one Armani Edwards, and that puts the it was a really nice throw. And here again, Edwards. I'm not sure if it was supposed to be a deep dig route, but the ball was spotted perfectly. Rod, I like what they're doing. He made one mistake there, forcing the issue, and Anthony Thompson made a play in the ball and just kind of snuck one, right? And it's his only error. But he's put this team in a position against a very desperate BC Lions team and turned this offense around.
I'm sure a lot of Argo fans are pleased at least to see them pushing the ball down the field. That's been in short supply in the recent past. Corey Chamberlain just won a Grey Cup with the Argos 2 years ago as defensive coordinator, but Chaz in a bit of a drought as a head coach in the CFL. And you like the way he was firing up his team before the game.
I did. And actually, when I watched it, I kind of got some chills there. When
you were ready to play again, weren't you?
Let's go. But what he said was, put your name on it, which is basically saying, play for your family name. Mm-hmm. And that resonated with me. It really did. Sometimes I see these coaches have these cameras going in the locker room. I cringe mortified with some of the stuff I say. Because we, as players, we can see if it's real or it's not, it's genuine or it's passionate, it's not. That was real-ish right there, what I saw from Corey Chamberlain. And really, he says that, and he said, if you guys put your name on it, you represent your families, then this Argo family will all be successful. That was some real talk right there. They haven't won a game yet, but that's some real stuff, and they looked like they were a motivated group out there, really.
Playing hard.
Scares me, though, that a coach is having to say that to professional athletes. You should have your pee hot 24/7, just like your head coach, and go out there and play with a purpose.
And like the guy
you
next
shouldn't
to
have to be told.
Like the guy next to me on the panel.
That's why you played 14, bro. That's why you played so long. That's why.
Yeah, put your name on it, of course. And I'm thinking of another coach, Herman Edwards, too.
Put your
Remember
name
that?
on it.
Be a man or a woman. That's what he said in his news conference.
Get a cup for Matty. I'm nervous. His pee's hot over here.
Hey, listen. Calgary Stampeders, they have a change in quarterback, and they're going up against a very good quarterback in Cody Fajardo, the way he's played. We're going to talk about that game, part 2 of the doubleheader, when we come back.
There's 45 men on that field. It's 45 men on that field. Tonight is that night. Put your name on it.
Deep shot. Caught. Down to the 20. Armonte Edwards.
What's up, baby?
Milestone night for Magic Mike.
The world.
You're
Later tonight, the Stamps play the Riders at Mosaic, and in 2 games, Cody Fajardo's really turning heads. You see the numbers right now. The question is, can he keep it going against Calgary? And by the way, the Stampeders at quarterback have Nick Arbuckle, who engineered a comeback with the injury to Bo Levi Mitchell last week against BC. Intriguing questions about some quarterbacks we want to see more of, Matty.
Oh, no question. And Cody Fajardo, a lot of people had asked me about this kid. And I said, well, 8 quarters of play doesn't make him an all-star, but there's a lot to love with this kid. And he's woke the entire country up with his play. And I told Henry Burris early in his career, he was playing with Calgary Stampeders, he had elevated his game to the point where he ran a ball in and dove, gave his body up going over the goal line. And I talked to Henry shortly thereafter. I said, all right, you've taken it up a notch, and you can't go backwards now. We've seen that ability. We've seen that passion. We've seen that level of play. There's no going back. Same holds for Cody Fajardo. He's held at a different standard now. He's got to play at that level 24/7 and do his thing out there, which he does, and I think he's capable of doing repeatedly. You just start stacking those good performances on top of each other and believe, because right now, an entire Rider Nation and a football team believes in that young man.
That's a great point. I agree with that, because when you get to that point of what he's done, it's not the Cody Fajardo we saw what we didn't know. You saw what he's capable of, to your point, Matt. And I think his team expects him to stay there.
Regardless, for both of these clubs, it doesn't matter that your backup's playing. I put it on everybody else. You made a great point earlier on. You got to focus in on your job and be as great as you can be. So defense, special teams, everybody plays, galvanize, and doesn't matter. Let that man do his job.
People want to see more of Fajardo, really, with Arbuckle, who went 9 for 9. We don't know what we're dealing with here. They're missing Bo Levi Mitchell, no question about that, who was put on the 6th game. But that's coming up later. Right now at the half, we got a low-scoring ball game, 3-3. Back with the halftime stats after this. Yes, there is, and at halftime, there's a stat for that, Ches.
Will the real Deron Carter stand the heck up? They need you. The BC Lions need Deron Carter. Mike Riley, $121 in the first half. He's got to find that famous rapper that is also a wide receiver.
He's got 2 catches, 27 yards. Good job of the Argo defense, including Micah Awe standing by with Matthew Shinetti.
Micah, did this defense make a statement in that first half?
Yeah. I mean, it started off with the first play. Start off on special teams. The thing is, no one knows, and that's fine, but, you know, football's all about doing. It's all about doing. I can talk all I want to the whole nation, say, oh, we're this and that. Just watch. Just watch. We're gonna turn things around, but like I said, it doesn't matter what I say. At the end of the day, the one thing I said before talking to the whole team is just talk with your pads. I've always been like that. I've always been that physical guy. Everyone around me, everyone's physical. Everyone's physical. That's all we got to do is just keep talking our pads.
Thanks, Micah.
Yep, thank you.
And what are they doing? Well, they're holding Mike Riley so far to 121 yards passing and an interception. No touchdowns, no TDs in this game. Couple field goals, that's it. Defense, dominant. In the first half of the doubleheader in this Saturday in the CFL on TSN.
This program may contain coarse language that could offend some viewers. Discretion is advised.
Defenses dominate the BC Lions. No sacks against McLeod Bethel Thompson so far. Here's Matthew Shinetti with a big O, Odell Willis.
Odell, were you happy with the pressure that your defense was getting on McLeod Bethel Thompson?
I mean, you know, we got a little bit, but it still wasn't enough. He was still able to complete some balls, still able to get some things going. So we just got to continue to get more pressure because at the end of the day, pressure busts pipes.
We can hear the details that you're trying to give your teammates. How critical will details be to winning in this second half?
Details is winning football game, period. Every game come down to 4, 5, maybe 6 plays. No matter how hard you play, the games come down to 5 plays, and you want to be the team that make those 5 or 6 plays, and that always includes details.
Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Well, those 5 or 6 plays could still be out there. The rain is falling again at BMO. Devon Claybrooks talked with us this week about that.
On that swarm, if you're not going, line up at 7. And then so you can get out. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going.
Corey Chamberlain, words of advice to his D.
Let's go, yo. Let's go.
They will bring out the D against Mike Riley and the Lions. Brandon Rutley is down.
34.
Mike Riley just 11 of 18 for 121 and a pick.
Well, Mike Riley facing frequent pressure from the Toronto Argonauts. Early on, we did see him use his legs to keep a couple of plays alive. That pressure later led to that interception by Q Ford. Mike Riley being Mike Riley, he'll keep on ticking.
Well, one of the toughest players this league has ever seen. He will keep ticking. John White up the gut for 4.
Let's go. Train easy.
Riley just seems a little befuddled right now.
Zip. Peel, 61. White Chico switch. Z escape. X Omaha. Alpha, ready. T-check, T-check.
Again, a team that has lost 3 in a row, but by close margins. Victory ripped away from them last week. Riley to Catoy. It's up for grabs and should have been caught twice. Once by Catoy and then once by the Argo defender for a pick. And maybe it's that wet pigskin right now, those raindrops falling on it.
Yeah, rain for much of the first half of this football game, and continuing here off the fingertips of Catoy.
Matt Boateng.
Yeah, fellow rookie Boateng, second-round pick.
Because they just sit down there. We got to see.
Actually, one of the Sandwich territorial picks in this 2019 draft. Local guy from Pickering, Ontario.
The former Lion. Dangerous returner. Chris Rainey. And converge on him, kicking it outside and out of bounds. Good starting point, though, for McLeod Bethel Thompson. Outstanding percentage in the first half.
Yeah, Bethel Thompson completing 14 of 18. 182 yards through the air. Like Riley, he was intercepted once. Threw a couple of nice deep balls in this ball game, most notably that one you saw right down the pipe to Armani Edwards.
Handing it off, James Wilder Jr.
Ball's out.
Ball is out, fumbled, and it's BC football. TJ Lee pounces on it. One of Wilder's first rushes of the game. Ball knocked out by Chris Edwards, picked up by TJ Lee. BC ball. Second Argo turnover. Chris Edwards in on the play, along with Jordan Herdman-Reed. Watch here. And they pop that ball out of the grasp of James Wilder. TJ Lee on top of it.
And being a defensive leader goes far beyond just what happens during the play, of course, for Odell Willis, coordinating the celly.
See if Riley makes the pay here. White up the pipe. Darby brings him down. Picked up 7 yards.
Big team, big team, big team. Big team. Strong right. Strong right. Let's go. All right, here we go, here we go. We got Jackson left, 42 Shaq, wide boom, alpha, alpha, ready? Jack's left. Watch the shot! Watch the
Second
shot.
and 3. Might be a John White call here. Behind cover, a good stop by the Argos. Going to set up a 3rd down play. 3rd and a yard.
Good to be back home, right? Yes, sir.
93 yards rushing for White. Wanted more there, though.
No, he's just insisting that the offense stay on the field and take another crack.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Shaq. Tighten up a little bit like you
Third down, Riley starting in the gun. White behind him. From the gun to White. Had to hammer it home. Second effort. First down go the Lions.
Get a little nervous with the deep handoff on a short yardage play, but White hits it up in there and keeps the legs driving.
First and 10 from the 34-yard line. Waiting for our first touchdown here tonight. Defenses have been stout. There's a drop pass, dump down to White. Mike Riley and Sean Lemon in his grill. Second and half the distance.
Hey, here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's go train nasty. All right, let's go CeeLo. CeeLo Hill. Beta, beta, ready?
All the codes. All the plays.
Beta, beta.
Second and 5.
Green 30. Green 30 hard.
Riley's throwing, pump fake, down the far rail, end zone. Lamar Durant has an easy touchdown. Might not have heard that, but Mike Riley saying, let's play some ball now. Let's go do this, he said.
Yeah, maxed up that protection, giving Riley time for the deep shot. Like somebody must have bid on something underneath to leave Lamar Durant open down the sidelines.
Because you were backpedaling and staring at me with nobody out there, you know what I mean?
Lamar. Most outstanding Canadian for the Stampeders at last year's Grey Cup. Now a Lion. And Mike Riley's favorite target so far in the new season. 4 touchdowns for Lamar Durant. His first tonight. All the Lions points off turnovers so far. 10-3 BC. Third quarter Toronto. Former Simon Fraser star and Stampeder star. Now with the Lions, Lamar Durant, his 4th touchdown of the season.
But it's a play where I don't think Durant had to work all that hard to get open. A little bit of confusion from the Toronto Argonauts secondary leaves him unguarded down the sideline. You heard he and Mike Riley talk about it as they came off the field.
Rainey has a seam. Oh, my. Ball loose. Popped back out. And what a collision.
That's on them. Flag on them.
Head on. Chris Rainey was almost sent into next week.
It's like someone just dropped a wall in the middle of the football field.
That was a huge hit by Jordan Herdman
that's
Reed.
football.
That is football. But boy, that's also head-to-head, helmet-to-helmet. Yikes.
Check all the snaps, take inventory of the parts.
The body parts.
Imagine that, a big hit and everybody survived.
Return. Keep getting down. Toronto number 25. 10-yard penalty enforced from the 25-yard line. There was also an illegal block during the return by Toronto. That foul is declined. It's going to be first down, Toronto.
Well, there is the brick wall. Jordan Herdman Reed, whose pops would love that hit.
Yeah.
James Reed,
former Bomber linebacker.
His brother in the game, his twin brother. Deep shot into traffic. An overthrow.
Good job, AG.
AG is Aaron Grimes.
Let's go, man.
Setting up a 2nd and 10.
Jumbo. I like the D.
Chris Rainey looks like he's all right. Man,
Yeah,
what
he
a
just
jolt.
didn't see it coming.
We need a rush. Come on, Odell.
And that ball up for grabs.
Come on, man.
As Bethel Thompson's arm was hit. The Lions D come out smoking here in the second half.
Well, you heard Devon Claybrook saying, come on, Odell, we need a rush, because he knows what's called up front. It's going to be a twist. Junior Luke, the tackle, works out. Odell Willis working in. A little bit of confusion from the offensive line on the switch as Luke occupies 2. Willis comes free.
Give me weak. Give me weak. On right the right side, give me weak. On 2nd and long, Steve, let's go weak.
Zach Medeiros.
Okay. Yeah.
Needs a big kick. Got one. Rutley. Straight ahead. What a night for the SFU gang. Durant with a touchdown. And Herdman Reed doing his best impression of a brick wall. Boom. Whoa. On Saturday Night Football in Toronto.
Well, big night for the Herdman Reed boys. One of 2 occasions this season where they get to play against one another.
These 2 guys will be 25 on July 21st.
Yes, both drafted in 2017 out of Simon Fraser.
Dynamite players selected close to each other. Riley now rolling, cutting back. Mike Riley decides to throw that helmet down, takes a shot. Mike Riley battered as he gets back to that huddle. Micah Awe, who used to chase Riley when he was an Eskimo. And Awe was a Lion.
If you to the back, you got Cal. Robin. Fake 12. It's fake. It's to you.
Haven't heard a lot from Duron Carter tonight. Far side. Riley just threw that away. Frustration mounts.
He sense there's a little confusion in the Lions backfield just prior to this play. Mike Riley instructing Brandon Rutley fake. And then it's to you. He's trying to set up the screen, but the Argos sniffed it out. Riley's got to just throw that one away.
Lemon and Awe with the pressure. Just one touchdown in the ball game. That to the Lions. Two teams looking for their first wins. Castillo. Looks like a good angle on this kick. Rainey from his 5. Actually, Rainey not taking this one back.
Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Way to cover, baby. Good
Kevin
cover.
Fogg back.
Good cover.
Did a lot of returning for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Chris Rainey taking that hard shot. See how much of Rainey we see after this. First and 10 from the 14. Well, there is the aforementioned Rainey. Did not return that punt, but is back in the offense. Thompson chases him down.
Anthony Thompson, guy who started the season at free safety for the Lions. As they shuffled, Brandon Dozier came in, former Montreal Alouette, to take over safety spot. You see Thompson shift out to play the field corner.
Key second down, Argos. Ethel Thompson slipped there. So he was able to deliver the football finally. Had to bring it up near the 25. They're well short of a first down. Wilder on the play. Aaron Grimes in on the tackle, so it'll be booted away again. Punters have been busy tonight, to the chagrin of both sides.
For drill. For drill.
Non-stop Odell. Motor is running. Shortish kick this time. Rutley gathers. Great starting point for the Lions once more. They lead 10-3. Flag on the play. We'll straighten it out when we come back to BMO Field in Toronto. There is Nick Lewis, CFL all-time great, leading receiver. Now a running back coach with the BC Lions. With more on his story, let's go down to Matthew.
Well, Rod, there is no mystery what is ailing the BC Lions earlier in the season. They can't finish games, and I spoke to Nick Lewis before the game, and he reminded me that the Calgary Stampeders of 05, 06, and 07 had the same problem when it came to details. The one thing that Nick Lewis is trying to impart on his team, not just the running backs, as you mentioned, but everyone on the team, is about finishing and details and paying attention not just to communication, not just to chemistry. We saw a little bit with Odell Willis in the first half, but making sure all of your teammates are keying in. He said that was the secret to making the Calgary Stampeders what they are now. And obviously, Nick Lewis and Coach Devon Claybrooks were right there, and that is the kind of overall atmosphere they want to inject in these BC Lions, guys.
Yeah, there he is. Quick Nick, thick Nick later in his career. Not coaching out of position, by the way. A guy who used to run the football a lot. And he's in charge of these guys. John White, Brandon Rutley. You would not want to get in the way of Nick Lewis. He's either going through you or going over top of you.
Yeah. Hey, let's go right now. Let's go even crash, Hannah Hill.
Nick Lewis, not just a tough runner, but a fierce blocker.
45 stone, W middle, X bang Z Cali. Ready?
And a great football mind. Great football mind. So good to have him back on the sideline. John White over 100 yards rushing. Might be a rushing play here. Riley, though, RPOs it. So third down, will they go? He's looking to the sideline, wants to keep the offense on the field. It was third and about 4, so they'll kick it away again.
Yeah, Simonize has had a couple that I'm sure he'd like to have back. Tonight, Mike Riley puts this one on him.
Lamar.
Just unable to squeeze it.
Did anybody get Lamar on that?
Getting
I told him.
Good fake by Riley, but Simonize again, another drop. Castillo, no yards here. 15-yard penalty. Rainey, though, might take the return. He might take it all the way. What a block he just got. Say goodbye. Chris Rainey, the former Lion, is going to score his first Argo touchdown. There is a flag on the play. An official is down, and Chris Rainey, who absorbed an hellacious hit early in the second half, takes one the distance. But will it count? There is a Lion down. There is an official down. And Chris Rainey had the touchdown.
A fair bit of concern for both.
Brian Taylor, the field judge.
Veteran official.
He is down. He is moving.
Keep an eye back here on the 20-yard line. This is the official.
Yeah, just got hit from behind. It's pushed into him. And then there was another unbelievable block right there that allowed Rainey to take it the distance for 78 yards. Alex Charette, that block. Here's another look. It would have been no yards. That was the flag. There's Charette with the block. This is a touchdown.
Brian Taylor's going to shake that one off.
These men and women in the black and white stripes sacrifice a lot during the season, sometimes their bodies.
In the line of fire of some large, fast-moving bodies.
And especially from your blind side. So this will be a touchdown for Rainey.
Hey, hold on, no. Be top, hey. It's a rainy day, yo.
It is a rainy day. It's a rainy, rainy night. And on a rainy night, Chris Rainey takes one. Think about the hit he took earlier. Might have knocked him right out of the ball game.
Play, there was no yards by BC. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
What a response by the Argos. Rainey looked like he was going to be stopped a couple of times, but great block downfield by Alex Charette as well, was able to spring him.
Yeah, Alex Charette is a guy who was a prolific receiver during his time at Guelph, but has transformed himself into a tremendous special teams player over the course of his career in the Canadian Football League. In fact, the guy is a senior who has to play on all the teams.
So after that, Drew Brown unable to get the PAT.
That's a big one. In the low-scoring game, that leaves the Argos down by a point.
And that could factor in. Let's take one more look at this. Beauty by Rainey. Sloppy tackling, and then this. Rainey, who used to do that a lot with the BC Lions and changed so many games through the years.
Well, in a league full of fast guys, Chris Rainey is among the fastest, no question. That's what's made him so dangerous. He's a guy who was brought into the league by Argos general manager Jim Popp when both were Alouettes. And here you see the holder, Jimmy Ralph,
Whoops.
Turns to check on his kicker for a minute. Some miscommunication. Who knows what other noise there is down on the field. The ball comes back on the snap. Long snapper rookie Joe Spaziani playing his second game, with Jake Reinhardt going on the injured list. Just a little miscommunication there. Snap came back when the holder wasn't ready. The Argos are left trailing by 1.
7th career kick return touchdown for Chris Rainey. 1-point game. All right, Dwayne Ford, it is your time. Live mic.
Well, Rod, from the network that brought you Arrow and DC's Legends of Tomorrow comes the next action-packed hit, Pandora. Series premiere Tuesday, July 16th, only on Space.
Here we go. Horns right, 97 hack.
It's like a pleasant night now. We've had rain tonight. We've had a lot of heat, kind of cooling off a little bit. It's hot and sticky early on. Things on the field heating up too. Mike Riley trying to right his offense. There is Lamar Durant. Only major touchdown scorer for the Lions, a 9-yard gain.
A couple of good blocks right at the point of attack. That opened up nicely for Durant on the quick hitch.
What are we second and what?
Argo defender slow to get up.
Argos, by the way, that touchdown, those are the only points the Argos have scored in the third quarter this season so far. And again, the season is early, and I know nobody's panicking yet. Heard the guys in the studio talk about, you know, there is a sense of urgency right now, especially for the BC Lions. Should they fall here tonight?
Go back to base. Go back to base. Get Boateng in. Get Boateng in. Let's go base.
Although the Lions back in 2011 did go 0-5, won the Grey Cup.
Yeah,
it's a long season, partner.
You don't want to be too late to the party, though. And the way the Argos have not played in their 2 games, this is a huge turnaround for this team tonight.
Tight, wax,
so far.
Hack, W-wrap, X loco. Everybody good with that. Courts left tight, wax. 43 hack. 43 hack, W-wrap, X loco. Your wrap, your loco, yeah.
Interesting how Mike Riley is going through some of the plays, especially with some of the newer players in the lineup.
Rockos or locos if he's coming out that edge, so he can kick it out. All right, here we go. Courts left tight, wax. 43 hack, W wrap, X loco, alpha alpha. Ready? 43.
For the uninitiated, 40. What are all those code words?
You're looking at blocking schemes, route combinations, snap count.
First down.
5R, 5R, 5R.
More sophisticated, more complicated than when you played?
I find less
we got quads
direct
tango
than when I played.
99 W Rocco, alpha alpha. Ready?
It used to be that if you were going to run a counter play, you were going to call a counter. You weren't going to call it.
Well, everybody's on a live mic now.
Yeah.
390.
Trying to figure it out cryptically. Like the Da Vinci Code. Figure it out. Sean White squirms ahead again. Those signals, those plays coming into the headset, coming from Jarius Jackson, the former quarterback.
What are we in?
The OC.
We in base. Let's go nickel.
Jackson and Riley having some history.
Six-back plays.
Here we go.
Both from a coach, quarterback, or coach player point of view, but also.
All right, so 51 Haas. W option. S Chico switch. Alpha alpha. Ready? Over there, all the way on the ball. You got the 6-yard hitch.
As players.
Another big second down. Crowd pumps up the noise here. 2nd and 6. Riley with time. Hums one to Durant. Up near the 50. First down. in Argo territory. Last minute, third quarter. Only difference between these two teams right now, that missed point after, which could loom large late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, such a low-scoring game, especially by CFL standards.
Said that was 3 plays.
Number 90 was out for more than 3 plays. He's allowed to be on the field.
All right, what do we got?
You remember Cleon Lang went down earlier, received medical attention. In such a situation, the player has to sit out for 3 plays. There's some debate as to whether he had been out for enough plays. Andre Proulx confirming he's been out for 3. He can be back in.
Lang, one of the sacks here tonight. 2 sacks by the Argos.
Wide.
0 for the Lions. 1st and 10 from the 50. Riley again, Durant. The connection continues.
What do we got, first down?
Lamar Durant's star has risen the last couple of years. Getting a chance to play with Bo Levi Mitchell and the Stamps.
Yeah, I mean, this was a guy.
You're the middle. Hey, let's go. You're the middle.
Going back to the 2015 draft.
Wax, W, 45 stone, W middle, X bang, Z Cali, Alpha, ready?
Who inexplicably
45.
slid to the end of the second round. I mean, to me, an obvious first rounder, and he's proven it.
Help the Stamps win the Grey Cup. There he goes. Gets a block. And he's become a star. And Durant again now close to 100 yards receiving.
BC Lions bringing Durant home.
93 yards. You hear Riley. One more play here. 1 second left, barring penalty.
W loco, Alpha, ready?
BC eating up the clock.
Durant, 2009 BC High School Player of the Year.
Well, look for him here. There he is again. Durant gobbles it, takes it close to another first down. No flag down. End of the third quarter. Lions look to finish off a drive. 1-point ball game. We've had a little bit of everything here tonight. We've had a lot of defense. Fourth quarter straight ahead. Two teams late to the party, trying to get their first win of 2019.
This program may contain coarse language that could offend some viewers. Discretion is advised.
If you liked a lot of offensive football, discretion was advised in the first half as well, but offense is getting some traction now. Special teams as well. We've got a 1-point ball game heading to the fourth here tonight, Dwayne. Between the Lions and the Argos, early season desperation setting in.
Yeah, certainly for both these teams, each of them looking for win number 1 on the season. You have this feeling like it's going to come down to a mistake in the fourth quarter. Who does or doesn't make it? A game this close, 1-point game. We'll see how it plays out.
McLeod Bethel Thompson got a good start to the ball game. Hasn't been able to get his offense to the end zone, but Mike Riley starting to settle in.
That's right, tight wax. 42 hack, W wrap.
A team that couldn't finish in the fourth a week ago against Calgary had a 12-point lead on their way to victory. Told us this week, got to find a way to finish. Find a way to finish. John White trying to finish. Down near the 3. 1st and goal. Go the Lions.
Good hard run by John White.
2 back.
Thriving on the increased workload over what he was receiving the first couple of weeks of the season.
42 hack, W wrap, X Rocco, Alpha, ready?
Well, will they keep it on the ground?
Well, that sounded pretty similar to what they just ran.
The edge is going to be clean. Keep it left side, all right? Alpha,
going to John White. Keep it clean, he said. He did. Touchdown.
Hey, love the heads up Mike Riley gave him before the play in terms of the blocking scheme. That's the quarterback knowing the entire offense, understanding there is going to be a free man off the right side. He tells John White, you can't bend it back right. You got to keep it left side. It worked out perfectly for the BC Lions.
Mike Riley, first to celebrate with his big men. First to acknowledge their presence and how important that was on that drive. The Hogs.
Yeah.
And how much time they get up on the clock, too.
Yes, sir. 4 minutes, 44 seconds off the clock. That 9-play, 75-yard drive.
Castillo with a point after. Still a one-possession game.
Come on. Come on,
May not have been able to hear that. Good censor button. But essentially what we said earlier about Mike Riley saying, do your job on the field, focus, and finish. And try to find a way to finish. And that's what they did on that drive.
Yeah,
John White.
Get it done, they did. Getting bodies on bodies up front. Durant with a kick-out block, helping out the offensive line on that one. John White following the instructions, the last-minute instructions of Mike Riley. Keeps it left. He's in for the major.
Key on that drive, second down conversions, 3 of them. That's why Ed Hervey and Lions brass went out and got number 13. Also went out. Lions and got John White and Brandon Rutley. Rutley's had a big night tonight.
Yes.
John White's had a huge night. Here's Rainey again. Could be dragged down, or he might have been gone.
And McLeod Bethel Thompson looks to respond.
15 to 21, 190. Lots of time left here.
Tooney, be able. Jump right place. Tooney.
We've seen a lot of 32, James Wilder. We have not seen much of 87, Darrell Walker. Got to get him going. Not enough S.J. Green as well.
Back seat to right. 60. Dakota levels. Kill.
Watch hard count.
Thursday.
5-man rush over the top. Levi Noel right at the midfield stripe, first down.
Let the 4-man rush.
University of Toronto product, Levi Noel.
Yeah.
Getting an opportunity in that starting lineup this season. Big target, 6'2", 210 pounds. 4th-round pick back in 2016.
Again, back to Noel.
2nd and 2.
So they've used 84 a lot.
Oh, 2nd and 4.
You got to think that 87 has to be part of this.
My bad.
Well, you so often anticipate that those guys who most frequently line up to the boundary side, and in the Argos offense, that's Darrell Walker and S.J. Green. The guys you tend to lean on a little bit. Shorter throws over on that side. Try to create matchups.
2nd and 3, Wilder carries a group. First down, good drive for the Argos.
Yeah, terrific response as they're into BC Lion territory.
Ryan Bauman, nice block up front.
Let go, D.A.
Green in motion, Noel in motion. Bethel Thompson. Ball should have been caught by Noel.
Let's go ahead and play coverage.
Well, this matchup between Devon Claybrooks and Corey Chamberlain.
Out, W left.
A couple of guys you can label as Chris Jones disciples.
Yes.
Both coached under CJ during their time on the Calgary defensive staff.
Thursday.
2nd and 10. Deep drop for Thompson. Bethel Thompson turns and fires again to Noel. Straight arm, fighting. Will not get close to the first down, though. It's going to be about 4 yards shy. Bethel Thompson looking to the sideline. May have to take the points here, though. There's lots of time left.
Watch it run the water.
I don't see.
Watch the ball, y'all. 5-12. 12. Be able. Our slot.
Drew Brown coming out. They're going for it on 3rd down.
On the field.
So it's 3rd and a long 2. And not getting it. And how will that decision affect the outcome of this game? Great stop by Devon Claybrooks D. 3rd down gamble that doesn't work out. Could be a costly one here tonight, with the Lions leading 17-9. Jacques Chapdelaine, the offensive coordinator. The Argos' dilemma tonight also not helping. 5 of 18 on 2nd down conversions. This a 3rd down. And if they had to do it again, may have gone after the points. Not a good play here.
Slow developing play. It seemed almost like Wilder didn't get the ball cleanly, but as you see, the Argos offensive line so really didn't get much push on that one to gain ground.
There was an objectionable conduct penalty against Chris Edwards, so moved it back 10. Lamar Durant. Tackled by a gang of 3. It'll be 2nd and short. And this is where Mike Riley is a master. Using the clock.
Go right, R, Amigo, 94 Stone, W Brick, Alpha, ready? Hey,
trying to keep this defense on the field.
Okay, got it. Hey,
Lots of motion back there. White again. Oh, what a shimmy and a shake, and close to a first down it is. He'll move the sticks. Great feet. Dance moves from John White.
All right, watch back. Let's go right now. Let's go Okie.
John White says, keep feeding me.
Here we go. Let's go Tampa.
He's making the most of it. 130 rushing yards.
45 W money, R Loco, Alpha.
For John White the 4th.
Coming up, don't forget, Stamps, Rough Riders. Game 2 of our Saturday night twin bill. Finishing off week 4 in the CFL. And White's going nowhere this time. Kobe Antigua.
We got to get someone. No, we got to get somebody up to 0.
Guy who played with
somebody
the Lions.
Up to 0. 44. Treat him as the Sam.
Mug, Ed, 6-pack player.
Mike Riley's almost an extra coach out there, isn't he?
All right, spread left, 61.
Well, that's
R basic, Z squad and Robin. W Bulldog pump, S wide, Alpha, ready?
much the role of a veteran quarterback.
Second and 9, Riley time. Zips one for another first down. Shaq Johnson.
Here we go, here we go.
Chain gang moves again.
Base, get on. Here we go.
Again, eating up almost 2 minutes on this drive already.
Offensive line doing a nice job here, tracking the twists. Long loop from the defensive end.
All right, quads right tango, 98 W Loco, Alpha, ready? 98, Johnny.
See Shaq Johnson, local guy from Brampton, Ontario, picks up the first down.
Brampton producing so many great CFL players. Turn in the hand to White. And a cutback. Minimal yardage. Awe in on the play.
We're going to run him down every time. Every time we're going to run him down.
Micah mic'd up.
We're not running down every time. We got speed.
defense.
Here's one of the big plays. Still
CFL. I'll take that.
7.5 to go. Argos trying to get a stop here, get the ball back. Showing blitz, here it comes. Riley stands in, throws it deep here. Too far. Marquise Bundy, New Mexico receiver. And the Argo defense gives up about 2.5 minutes on the drive. Not much real estate. They'll get it back.
If he set him over there, kick it over there.
And a BC Lion team that's also missing a critical clutch receiver tonight, Brian Burnham.
Yeah, tough guy to replace.
Starting to show a little bit here. Show a lot. Well, he's done it once.
Let's go.
Let's see what Rainey does here. Looking for a wall. Not this time, Chris Rainey. Down at the 20. Mike Riley with the lead. Some frustration too. Argos football when we come back. Down 8.
Hi, guys.
Hey!
All y'all backups. Y'all, and you don't got no real players. You know, y'all all system players. What up? Live on TSN.
Mic'd up players, behind the scenes action, kind of like tonight. CFL Wired, Thursday, July 11th. Exclusive access to the latest CFL action. 6:48 to go. Argos playing comeback here. Levi Noel has been the primary target tonight for the Argos offense, and McLeod Bethel Thompson. Another catch for him. 20-yarder.
Jax W. Wright. Jax W. Wright. Plays.
Well, you got to appreciate the journey of a kid like Levi Noel.
Plays 423.
Predominantly a special teams player the last couple of years.
I mean, he came in as a rookie and was dominant on special teams.
4 receivers to the right. That's where Bethel Thompson goes. Back to Noel. Clawing, scraping for a first down. And so what Levi Noel is providing tonight, they just can't seem to find Darrell Walker, but 6 catches now for the Canadian receiver.
Jack's bunch left. Jack's bunch left. Hey, 664. 664. Cobra. Shaker Tribe. 664. 664. We're going Mike. Thursday.
Argos would like to keep Mike Riley off the field. Here's the blitz. Bethel Thompson. Ball's loose. Loose ball, no whistle.
And I don't think he had a chance to get his arm going forward.
Screen the draw here.
Darius Allen is down and clutching that knee in serious pain.
Much for Allen. I believe he's coming from the just off screen to the left, number 95.
Oh, and just twisted it awkwardly.
Hold defense over there. What?
Watch the knee here. Oh, bends awkwardly. Down he goes, and Bethel Thompson, that ball was loose. Big second down play coming. We'll step aside as Darius Allen is being worked on here at BMO. Well, we were gone. Says everything you need to know about Devon Claybrooks. There's a guy who used to work in those trenches. Now the head coach helping Darius Allen off the field. A tender knee. See that too often. Allen being helped to the sidelines and decides he'll go himself. 3-man rush, second and long. They set up a screen for Wilder, but he's not going anywhere. With 4:55 to go, Argos are going to have to boot this back and then let their defense work.
And need a big boot, create field position on the exchange of possession. Big boot and a defensive stop.
Such a huge defensive play. That previous one knocking that ball loose.
Yeah.
Creating that second and long. So Zach Medeiros ran Brandon Rutley is back. Rutley's had a kick return for a touchdown this year. There is a flag down. 45-yard punt.
We got to stop taking penalties in our kicking game.
Well, the CONCACAF World Gold Cup comes to an end tomorrow in Chicago. Mexico takes on the United States. Battle for the Gold Cup. Coverage begins at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, only on TSN. So
only on TSN, you say.
4:11 to go.
And that's even swab, right?
Long field for the BC Lions. Mike Riley trying to get his first win as a BC Lion for his head coach, who's looking for his first win.
A heartbreaking loss.
Here we go, here we go.
Last week against Calgary.
Right, 44 brick, W spook, Y edge, alpha, alpha, ready?
For John White here.
White again. Sidestep, sets up a throwing down.
We're in Okie. Yep. Okay, let's go right now. Let's go nickel, 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 nickel. Let's go nickel. Let's go nickel. Let's go one back, one back, one back, one back. Let's go train, swarm, field one. Train, swarm, field one.
Corey Chamberlain, defensive coordinator and head coach.
Train, swarm, field.
Was the DC here.
I got 8 gaps to the back.
Head coach in Saskatchewan when they won the Cup in 2013. Trying to get his first win as an Argos head coach. Loading up the box. And a whistle. Micah Awe jumped, and Mike Riley wanted a free play there.
Time count violation. BC number 13.
They're saying it's a time count.
After distance to goal. Going to repeat second down.
That's why the whistle blew.
All right, copper right.
No, we nickel right now. Let's go clean.
Copper right, 760. W dagger. R Vegas move.
Second and 12.
Direct.
Same thing.
Last play before the warning.
Screen.
Alpha. Tonight. 390. 390 hot.
Enormous play for both sides. Low snap. Riley in trouble. Gets it out of his hand, and Lamar Durant makes the catch for a first down. One of the biggest plays of the game. Riley facing pressure. 15-yard pickup. Monster night for Lamar Durant. What a catch. 3 minutes away. Final gun, and then the second half of our doubleheader. Big battle tonight. Mosaic, Dickinson brothers gets each other on the sideline.
That's right. Loser sits at the kids' table at Thanksgiving dinner.
There you go. How about this play by Mike Riley?
Yeah, you're going to see Micah always going to come right up the gut. Riley's got to kind of shuffle back a little bit to buy time. He knows he's going to get hit. Buys a little extra time to wait for Lamar Durant to make his break and puts it where only his receiver can get it. Big first down for the BC Lions.
Unfazed. Mike Riley.
330. 330 hot.
So calm in that pocket. Likely a throwing down again.
Lamar, how's it look?
Okie. Okie.
So let's see.
Let's go. Flex show.
If Riley goes to Lamar here, how does it look, he said.
And you never hear a receiver say, I was coming.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Well, Durant's been so dangerous tonight. Duron Carter, top of your screen. Been so quiet. Now Riley has to step out of trouble, and he's going down and hit hard. And a huge stop by the Argos. Sean Lemon gets to him. 2:11 to go. The Argos are getting it back.
Well, BC able to pick up one first down and eat up a little bit of time, but the Argos essentially got what they needed. A stop in BC territory with time on the clock.
Riley had to hang on to that football hard. And again, Chris Rainey's already returned a ball for a touchdown here tonight, a 79-yard return. He's back near the 45. High snap. High kick. Castillo sends him back to the 35. Rainey into a crowd, now dancing out. Chris Rainey got some positive yardage, but a late flag on the play. And that might be some roughing after that tackle. Dave Mackey pancaked.
Major foul. Face mask.
Chris Rainey.
Number 34. 15-yard penalty and a first down Toronto.
But before that pancake, there was a face mask.
I'm getting off a block. You wrapped him up.
We'll take another look.
He did. They called the face mask. You all right?
Well, they're going to call that. It was close enough.
We can.
So McLeod Bethel Thompson, 21 of 29, 264. Down 8. Stepping up. Look out. Down he goes. First sack of the night for the BC Lions.
He can't read Hannah. He can't read Hannah.
Yes.
You right.
Sending pressure just with their front four, making sure they protect on the back end. They got the job done on that one.
Matt Bozen has been in Bethel Thompson a lot tonight. Argos have struggled here on second down. Second and 12. Draw play this time. James Wilder into a pack with more. And Wilder has a huge first down inside the 35.
A gutsy play call from John Chapdelaine on that one.
What an interesting one.
Well executed by the Toronto Argonauts.
Watch where Wilder gets the ball in traffic too.
Cage at left tackle does a nice job walling things out.
18-yard gain, first and 10. Minute 12 to go. Time and enemy now. Pump fake. Bethel Thompson, though, off to Darrell Walker. Finally, just his second catch, third targeted tonight for the former Eskimo superstar. Just to do a lot of that, catching balls from Mike Riley.
Yeah, typically a whole lot busier than he's been tonight. Usually a little farther down the field.
He might be on this sequence here. They've got to find a way to spring him. A lot of Levi Noel tonight. Not much Darrell Walker. Bethel Thompson. First down. Jimmy Ralph again. Time ticks to 58. Well, they need to score. A 2-point convert. And again, we talked about how that point after earlier, that was botched. Figures prominently. They've got to get to the end zone, though.
Wednesday.
Change the play here. Bethel Thompson delivers. Wilder delivers to the end zone. Touchdown, James Wilder. And now the critical 2-point convert.
Well, we talked about BC at the start of this drive going with that 4-man rush as they're trying to get everything covered up on the back end. But what that has meant is that McLeod Bethel Thompson has had some time to sit back and go to work. The check down there, a series of missed tackles. And James Wilder Jr. finds himself in the end zone. Huge play coming up right here.
Won't mean a thing if they can't get the deuce. S.J. Green in motion with Noel. Wilder in the backfield. Bethel Thompson. Bethel Thompson throws. They got it! They got it! 2-point convert to S.J. Green. Great catch. And suddenly we got a great game, partner. 17-17. 40 to go.
Bethel Thompson low and outside, just beyond the outstretched fingers.
What a catch, and when the knee went down, the ball was right on that line. Watch this. If the knee's down, the ball's not over.
There's no contact, mind you.
No
so
contact.
S.J. Green would have had a chance to roll into the end zone if need be.
2 points on the board.
With that ball just beyond.
That's routine.
The front plane of the goal line.
That's routine for S.J. Green.
Well, you talk about taking it off the top of your top of your shoes. Knee down, but ball has broken the plane, and again, there's no contact. He's not down by contact on the play anyway, so he would have had that opportunity to let his momentum carry him in.
So here we go. Argo's going to try to kick this thing deep, prevent Mike Riley, the master, bringing the ball into field goal position. And here we began this game so defensively, so cautious, hardly any offense, and now 17-17, and the two teams so desperate for a win to start this season into week 4 could be on the verge of settling it in overtime. Have to boot this deep. They actually pooch it.
Trying to avoid a return.
And it's out of bounds. Not sure about that strategy.
This is going to be costly.
Kickoff out of bounds. Throw to number 34. BC will elect to take the football at the 45-yard line with a first down.
Not sure on that strategy anyway.
What the hell?
Even if it went to the 40 or they... You still give Mike Riley 3 tosses to get it in field goal position. Why wouldn't you kick that ball deep?
Yeah, I agree. Even if you heard Devon Claybrooks talking to the officials, I don't know what led to it in the discussion, but you heard Claybrooks say, well, they're going to kick it deep. And they didn't. You know, again, like the only explanation I have is that they're trying to avoid giving up any kind of return. But if you're giving them the same field position anyway, I think you hammer it as deep as you can and bust your butt on the coverage.
They may not get it to the 40. It's at the 45 on the out of bounds. And now Mike Riley right in his wheelhouse. Chance to get it into field goal position. Dumping it off here. Out of the backfield. Brandon Rutley. And now the Lions are on the cusp. Sergio Castillo has plenty of leg.
Trained up.
Career longest, near 60 yards.
Yeah, 57.
560, Tahoe Jerk, Indiana.
Still need to get it a little further. Castillo, who's been perfect this season. Now Riley throws it in to Shaq Johnson. And now it's down near the 35 with 21 to go. And Corey Chamberlain's Argos reeling now after coming back so valiantly.
Hey, let's go. Train easy.
Okay, so at this point, ball on the 34, so you'd be looking at a 41-yard attempt right now.
Badger. Protect the ball, Johnny.
Telling John White to hang on to it. He's getting it. Hang on.
He forgot it was Rutley in the backfield with him at this point.
I meant you, bro. I called you Johnny, but I meant
So Brandon Rutley in there, and Rutley a bigger body than John White, and it's all on Drew Brown right now.
Yeah,
questionable call.
Take the inches they can get and keep the ball in the middle of the field as they did on the last play. I mean, that's...
Train nasty 11.
You can see the look of...
There you go.
Disdain right now. That Argos sideline.
BC.
Fighting like they did. And this choice on the kickoff will be discussed all week long and maybe even throughout the season.
Special teams that gave the Argos life in this game with the Chris Rainey return for a touchdown, costing them on that kickoff.
Drew Brown would just like to hide right now. Castillo has not missed this season.
We got one play to go.
And they're going to try to block this. There's nobody in the end zone.
Everybody's coming for it.
Timeout.
And Toronto is going to ice Castillo.
The 38, so really single even, you know what I'm saying?
A guy whose star has been arriving.
That's what they're trying to do.
So Mike is with us on this one.
Who's deep? No, we all up. We're going after it.
What if they can miss it?
Now, they're saying if he misses it, you got to go back and get it. I'm not sure about this one either. They're going to try to block this. If he misses, it's still going to be alive in the end zone.
Exactly.
And 1 point could win it. Castillo for the win. Lions for the win. Lions put it through, but the play is blown dead. There is a flag down.
Send it base. Now we want to bring it out.
And the Lions.
Base! Put Rainey back now. Bring it out.
Okay, so now you heard Corey Chamberlain. Argos changed their plan, so Chris Rainey's now going back deep with the instruction, obviously, to bring it out of the end zone if Castillo misses the kick.
Or kick it out, too. Matt Bozen is penalized there, so it moves it back.
I like Chris Rainey running better than I like him kicking.
I like him running, too. Might be able to save.
Illegal procedure, BC number 71. 5-yard penalty.
So Drew Brown on the sideline watches nervously. Sergio Castillo. This from the 42. For the Lions' first win of the season. Kick is up and it is wide. And now Rainey has to. He's out of bounds.
He's on the single.
And the single is good enough.
Golly.
Golly is right. A single wins the ball game.
Yeah, Rainey didn't realize. I mean, he was pushed to the back of the end zone. But I don't think he realized just how far back he was as he goes to catch this ball. Just the desperation to run and catch it.
They reviewed it.
Good game, bro.
It doesn't matter.
Chris Rainey back. The Rouge wins. A single. A missed field goal first for Sergio Castillo is still good enough. But the kick that everybody's going to talk about is the kickoff.
Yeah.
That gave Mike Riley and the Lions a chance to win this game. And Mike Riley has his first as a BC Lion.
Yeah, they lost a heartbreaker last week, and they win
I know you were.
in what is heartbreaking fashion for the Argos.
So you did the Mike Riley deal, go back to the old team, right? So good seeing you.
Great to listen in tonight, Mike Riley.
You were first. That's what
Cloud Bethel Thompson.
I know I played like 15 games
A lot of fun this one tonight, partner.
You were wearing 3 back then.
Argos put up a fight. Lions have their first win. Argos now 0-3. Here is our Nissan Titan player of the game.
Well, he wasn't out there at the end of the game, but he was the story for much of the game. For the BC Lions, gave them a spark, gave them balance in their offense, gave them 166 yards from scrimmage and a touchdown. We are talking about John White. Outstanding performance for the BC Lions running back. Little used in the first couple games of the season. A stud tonight. John White is our Nissan Titan player of the game.
Typical CFL game where every point matters. Missed point after earlier. Argos are able to tie. A missed field goal results in a single point. And now the single win for the BC Lions. What a finish here. Great drama in Toronto tonight. Send it back to the studio. Final 18-17. BC Lions win. Rod?
All right, thank you, Rod.